Okay, now let us continue with our final mod. We are gonna redesign a character class of Sacred 2. Let's first take a look at the different character classes of Sacred 2. We're gonna use the Sacred Wiki here, and I'm gonna show you and tell you something about them. Now, the character classes of Sacred 2 are pretty amazing. They are very, very versatile. You have you really feel the difference between them. We have the Dragon Mage, who has a unique storyline. We have the Dryad, which is really bound to nature. She's a very nature-like character, which are classical range combat, but can also do some nature magic. We have the High Elf, which is our classical mage. We have the Inquisitor, which is our classical dark character, and we have the Seraphim, which is our classical good character. Those two stand in kinda opposite of each other. And then we have the Shadow Warrior, the classical warrior, but who also has a unique trait of being undead, and he can revive undead soldiers, something like that. And then we have the Temple Guardian. The Temple Guardian is very unique for a role-playing game, for an RPG, which is set to play kind of medieval-like. We are fighting with swords, we are fighting with bows and arrows, but we also have this technology aspect, this technological, and this is very unique about this game, I think. Now let's take a look at the Dragon Mage and at the High Elf. Now, let's firstly start with the High Elf. Here we have the High Elf combat arts. The combat arts are always grouped into 3 different aspects. The High Elf has the fire aspect, an ice aspect, and a magic aspect, which is kind of like a supporting aspect. The Dragon Mage, on the other hand, has the dragon magic aspect, the elemental magic aspect, and the mentalism aspect. Now, firstly, let's keep this in mind. Let's remember how it looks, and because at first I want to show you something about Sacred 1, the predecessor of Sacred 2. And after that we will come back to what I just showed you, and I want to tell you a little bit about what I have in mind to change and why I think it's necessary to do some changes. We'll see. So, this is the Gladiator. It's my first class I ever played in Sacred. And you see, these are his combat arts, his skills, if you will, or his abilities. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 abilities. Not that much. If you now compare that with the Battle Mage, look at this. Like, imagine playing the Gladiator and then later switching to the Battle Mage class and being so overwhelmed by the sheer amount of abilities he has. It's truly amazing. Now, the game has takes a lot of inspiration of the 4 elements, like fire, water, earth, and air. We have fire abilities, we have the earth abilities, the air abilities, and the water abilities, and we have some basic abilities. I guess if you stick with the lore of the game, you could compare them to the element of void, And these are like 5 times 4 equals 20 abilities. It's quite a lot, and this is what I like about this character class. You have so many options, you know, you can choose. Okay, now let's come back to the High Elf. See what I mean? The High Elf has only 3 different aspects, while the Battle Mage of the Sacred One game had like 5 different aspects. And while the High Elf can choose upon 15 different spells, the Battle Mage of Sacred One could choose upon 20 from 20 different spells, which I think was kind of the core mechanics of Battle Mage, that he could learn so much. Now, if you have spells grouped into different aspects which kind of all do the same, like we have fire spells here, we have the ice spells here, and magic spells here, then there is not much variety. We have like all kinds of different pyromancer spells, yes, but they all kind of do the same. They are fire. And we have 5 different ice spells, but they also kind of do the same. And for the supporting aspect, we don't even have that much option to having offensive spells. Most of them are just, well, supportive. And this is what I want to change. I want to give a little bit more variety to the magic character. And before I explain to you my concept and why I opened a Dragon Mage, let me first show you where I took the inspiration from. Okay, now this is a unique and classical and very old game called Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Siege has a unique scaling aspect as you're leveling the skills as you're using them, which is kind of like Skyrim does it as well. And what is unique about Dungeon Siege's magic aspect is that it has 2 kinds of magic spells. It has fighting magic and it has nature magic. And fighting magic does more damage at first, but what is unique about it is that nature magic has the potential to outscale fighting magic or combat magic in a single target combat. In late game, when you're fighting against lots of bosses, then nature magic becomes invaluable, very, very, very valuable. Combat magic will still be better at area of effect magic, but nature magic is also very, very valuable, which I find subverting expectations. I thought it was a healing aspect when I first played the game. And it pleased me a lot that nature magic has become so powerful in the late game. I'm going to show you a little bit. This is a nature magic spell, the sap, the lightning sap, and this is a fire magic, a combat magic skill. Sap, nature magic, and fire combat magic. Nice, isn't it? Okay, now what can we learn from this for our high elf? Now my idea is to make the first 2 aspects kind of like combat magic and nature magic from Dungeon Siege, the combat magic will be the elemental magic from Sacred One, the predecessor. We will give it one spell for each element, which means if we skill one aspect, we have a variety and don't have to use only fire spells, which becomes kind of boring in a game if you do it all the time. So we have a fire spell, a earth spell, a water spell, and so on. Now the thing is, there are 5 different spells for each aspect, but there are only 4 different elements if we exclude the element of the void. Now we could give the high elf an element of void spell, but I have reason not to, and we'll come back to this later. It has something to do with the buff which the aspect has, the incandescent skin buff and the fireball spell. We need to keep both, and I will explain later why. Now for the nature magic aspect, we can't call it nature magic because the Dryad already has nature magic and it is better fitting, in my opinion. Now what I want to do for this aspect is to give it some sort of nature apocalypses. You know, there was a game called Age of Mythology. I hope you all know it because it's a great game. It is kind of outstanding in the Age of series, in the Age of Empires series. It's from the same publisher, but Microsoft, but Ensemble Studios. But it's not really a part of the series. It's something special. And there was a cheat code called Wrath of the Gods, which would give you 4 different apocalyptic spells. A heavenly spell where you make an earthquake, one where you make a tornado, one where you would cast some sort of lightning storm, and one more. What was it? Can't really remember anymore. There was lightning storm, there was a tornado, there was an earthquake. Oh, the meteor, of course, the meteor. Meteor, so classic. And I want to do kind of the same. Give him a lightning storm, a meteor, an earthquake, and a tornado, and a buff. Some sort of buff. Now, for the meteor, we already have something like incendiary shower. It simply moves to the other aspect. For the storm, I don't want to do a lightning storm. I want to do an actual storm. We have Raging Nimbus. I want to keep this for this aspect as well. Now comes the interesting part for the tornado. The Dragon Mage has a tornado spell here in the elemental aspect, and it also has a Gust of Wind spell, which we can use for our elemental magic spell, or something like that. Now, if we take this from the Dragon Mage, of course we have to fill the gap. Now, the elemental magic aspect didn't really fit the Dragon Mage anyways. I would have liked to change it up anyways. And what better idea than just take the Aaron Pyromancer aspect from the High Elf and give it to the Dragon Mage, because he's a Dragon Mage, he's a fiery character. He has a lot to do with fire. Why not give him a fire magic aspect instead of an elemental magic aspect? Mentalism is quite fitting within the lore because they do like psychic, they're controlling with psychic powers the poor souls which serve the dragons. They are bound with some psychic abilities to the dragons. It fits within the lore. The dragon magic, of course, fits the dragon mage and is a very unique aspect, but elemental magic is kind of stuck out. It didn't really fit in. Now, that is my concept. Let me write it down. We have the high elf. We will give her elemental magic. Magic, yes, magic. Referencing sacred one. Combat magic. We will list of 4. We will give her a apocalypse aspect, referencing probably should write Dungeon Siege. Well, referencing Age of Mythology, Wrath of the Gods, cheat code, and Dungeon Siege. Just nature magic. And we will give her a third type of magic. Well, it's called Delphic Arcania in the vanilla game. We will rename it to Elven magic. Some ancient mysterious magic which has been forgotten. And only the elves know. Something like that. And we will keep as supporting aspect, maybe give some more lightning spells. Okay, and then we have the Dragon Mage. We will give him the normal standard dragon magic. Then we will give him fire magic, and we will keep mentalist. Okay, now we won't care about dragon mage today. We will only alter the high elf. Otherwise, this episode becomes out of the scope for this episode, because if we now also start with the dragon mage, we should start with all the other characters as well. Now we will keep it to the high elf, and now let's see how I actually choose the FX for the different spells and for the different aspects. Now we have started, or rather I have completed a massive project called the Sacred 2 FX list. Right here. Now, this is a massive project. It has taken me ages upon ages of testing and searching the game files and searching the source code, the raw assembly code actually. It has taken me so long, but what this achieved is listing with screenshot examples and sorting all the FX which exists in vanilla in the game in a single huge list, which is complete today. So if I'm searching for some FX, I just take out the FX list and browse it through until I find what I am looking for. Now, the FX list is absolutely massive. You can tell right here from the scroll bar, it is absolutely massive. And this is just one of 5 different pages. And the last page, it's like the last page alone contains as many different FX as all the other pages together. It's like completely and utterly insane how many FX there are. But it is not possible to script your own FX. It is possible to take some special FX and alter them and resize them or recolorize them. That is a possibility, but it is not possible to script your own FX into the game. Well, unless your name is Dimitri and you're able to read and write raw assembly code. But that's another story. No, if you're a standard programmer who does want to have some sort of free time, then you're not able to script your own FX into the game. You have to use the FX which are available from the list. And now I won't show you everything that does exist in the game. I won't show you how I browse the FX list, because I've already done that for you. It is a massive list, and it would take me ages upon ages, and it would be kind of boring for you to just see me scrolling through the list. I mean, it wouldn't be very exciting for you to just see me, nah. So what I have in mind here, I will show you what I have in mind here. Let me show you what I have prepared for you here. This is the concept I have in mind. We have elemental magic with fireball, water explosion, earth expulsion, gust of wind, and incandescent skin. Now we have 2 fire spells here. I want to keep incandescent skin, incendiary skin as a spell, because I have written some shader for it. We have FX SC shield, also so the FX of the Scorpion boss, which exists in the game as spell FX, because that's where I have written the shader for. It's an old shader which I have written a long time ago, and we are going to use that one. And then we have Fireball. We want to keep Fireball because in the introduction of the High Elf, the very first task the High Elf gets when a new High Elf enters the game is battling an opponent with fireballs. An opponent of the magic school. He uses fireballs, and the High Elf uses fireballs. And it would be kind of weird if the opponent uses fireballs, but the High Elf uses something else. Now, it would be possible to give the opponent another spell, but it wouldn't really fit. Fireball is such a classic because in Sacred 1, the first spell you have as a battle mage is also a fireball. Now, for the water explosion, we had a couple of different options here. FXWC Armhits Water 1 is an FX which is from another boss, the Octagolamus, the octopus boss, and yeah, you will see it in game. Earth Expulsion, another spell FX from the Scorpion boss, and Gust of Wind, FX Gen Wind. I think you will see. You will see. It looks good. FX Water Dash. You're probably thinking, wait, what? Water? I thought this was a wind spell, an air spell. Yes, it looks windy. It looks windy, and what's more important, it even sounds windy. Now, for the Apocalypse, we have the Meteor, as we said, moved from the fire aspect, which is now the elemental, to the Apocalypse aspect. And we have taken the Tornado from the Dragon Mage, from the Dragon Mage character. Raging Nimbus can stay. It fits the theme. Lightning Strike has there's a very cool lightning FX, which has never been used as a spell in-game. It's just a standard lightning that occurs if the weather is rainy, stormy. And that's what we're going to use as Lightning Strike. Now, okay, this shouldn't be called Crystal Skin. It should be called something like Snowstorm. It's like a snowstorm around the character, and it's going to be a buff, which means it's just going to be permanently active if you activate it. Now for the Elven Magic, we are going to keep mostly all of it except for the Magic Coop. It is a spell character and not a weapon-based character. It doesn't make sense for Magic Coop to be here. If you want to go hybrid, I guess, then you could go Dryad or something like that. This is not a hybrid character, it is a pure magic character, and it's important that we have a variety of spells that we can choose from. So Magic Hoop out of the window, we're going to replace it with Shock Nova, and I have just the perfect casting FX for Shock Nova. I have found it in the FX list. And it looks perfect, and we're going to take the animation of Expulse Magic for Shock Nova as well, because it looks perfect. Okay, so that is my concept. Let me show you how we're gonna take this concept and make it reality, or make it in-game reality. Let's go. Now, at first, we are going to create a new mod. We're going to the sector to go to mods folder, and we are creating a new mod called High Elf Spell Overhaul. Okay. Scripts. Shared. Now we do want to take we do want to copy and paste the standard spells.txt and make our changes to it later. Now, where do we have it? Here. Okay. Let's set the language to Lua. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's first start by just copying and pasting the FX into the correct FX slots, casting and spell slots. I'm going to do this off camera, or I'm going to speed this up because it's kind of a boring process. But see you later. This can stay. Okay, so now we have copied all the important FX. Before we can start testing and showing them in-game how they look, we have to give the correct spell class and the correct eiStateName, and we have to give the correct spell control type in order to actually be able to display everything in-game correctly. The spell class, I'm going to copy the spell class from here. Yep, spell class, C-spell, DM, Energie prompt. It's funny if you're able to speak German and then you're reading German words with an English accent. Yeah, that's kind of funny. CSM seal hit, nope. We are gonna use C-spellcast. And ECA type a weapon attack is also wrong. We are going to use ECA type a effect location start. Yeah, perfect. Now this can stay, this can stay, this can stay, this right here can stay as well. This right here has to change. C spellclass is correct. Spell class. Now for spell class, we are going to take C spell ghost shock. Yep. Yep, C spell ghost shock, which is another lightning attack, but it doesn't look as cool as FX QFX Blitz vom Himmel. Ghost shock doesn't look as cool as this right here. It looks way more realistically. Now this is incorrect as well. We need this right here. Yep. Yep. We need effect attack. Now this can stay. Whirlwind. Yep. Whirlwind. C spell DM Whirlwind. Yes. And we're going to need this one. Yep. Perfect. Now the meteor. Let's copy and paste C spellcast. Okay, can remember that. Let's copy and paste spell class and spell control type to the new meteor. Meteor spell class, spell control type. Yep. And we need C spellcast. Perfect. Fire monkey, don't care about that. Those are for a demon. The classical vanilla high elf can spawn. Don't care about those two spells. This can stay. Yep, this can stay as is. This needs to change. C spell projectile. Yep. C spell projectile. Perfect. C spell cast. Yep. Meteor needs to change as well. We need this. Meteor. C spellcast is okay. This right here needs to have the same spell class, because this right here doesn't exist in spells.txt. It exists only here for the spell I've just created, because it's some FX which are triggered automatically without requiring it to be present in spells.txt. Now, therefore, we need to create, we need to use another spell class, because this doesn't have an original spell class associated with it. So we will take the spell class of our Nova that we just created. We will take yep, here it is. We will take this as a spell class. Where do we have it? No. Wind, Frex, Volker. There it is. Yep. C spell cast. And this can stay. And there we have it. Now we only need to worry about tokens, about cooldown, and about coast level and coast base. And animations. There's at least one animation I want to change before going in game and showing you what it is. We can change the tokens later. Tokens are what defines what the spell does, the damage it deals, the knockback, and something like that. But I want to change at least one animation. We're going to take this animation right here. And are going to copy it right here. Yep. Now, causes spell damage. Don't need to worry about that right now. We will just test what this all looks like. But before we test it, I want to copy something. I want to create something. I want to make something from my mod pack, unified object fx scorpion shield and scorpion shield mask.shader. Unified object fx. There we go. Now those are the shaders which I have mentioned for the Scorpion Shield, which replace the spell FX for the incendiary skin. Now let's delete our shader.cache. Let's enable our newly created mod. Not test here. There we go. Now we're going to use test characters for that one. We're going to use where is functionality unskilled characters. Yep, there it is. We are going to use unskilled test characters because we want to test stuff. Latest can delete that. And we are ready to go and test some stuff. Hardware is by no means ready for doing some graphical stuff. Yeah, it starts to lag already. Not very nice. But we are going to test this. First, let's test the bug. Ooh. 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 That's weird. That's very weird. Without the maxed graphic setting, it looks entirely different. Ooh, that's very weird. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Now, crystal skin. And we have our snowstorm. And the classical didn't really change anything about that. Now let's test our spells. Classic. Water. Our earth spell. And our wind spell. Now let's test our apocalypse spells. We have our tornado. We have the meteors. Meteors currently not working because we don't have tokens set up, the meteor count, which is set in the tokens. Our snowstorm, yeah, classic. How long? 6 seconds, okay. And for this one, I think we need a target. Yeah, we need a target, I think. Not something like that. Yep. The lightning epics strike us and not the demon. That's something we need to take care of. Because we don't want lightning to strike us, we want lightning to strike the demon, right? Okay, that's something we need to take care of. We may need to switch to Ghost Shock. Okay. Honestly, you're annoying me, so I'm gonna go away to let's say to Elysium. Nice. Okay. This right here didn't change. This changed. This didn't change. This didn't change as well. This is the only one which changed. And nice. Exactly how it should look. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Now, this ends our little showcase. We have found that we need to take another look at the incandescent skin. And we have found that we need to take another look at lightning. Lightning, where was it? I think it was this one right here. Nope. Then it was this one. Yeah, this one. We need a target for it in order for it to work. Okay, we need to take another look at that. Let's close it. Actually, now that I think about it, let's make the graphics settings to medium. Yeah, medium. Let's disable physics effects. Let's load back in. Because I want to see whether the incendiary skin is caused by the graphics settings, or whether it's something of the shader itself. Okay, it's entirely caused by... It's not caused by the graphics settings. And I think I know why. Because I forgot to replace the texture. Yep, I forgot to replace the texture associated with it. I have to change the texture. Now let's quickly fix the two things we have found. We need to take a look at texture, HQ, FX, Scorpion Shield. Tuck, HQ, FX, Scorpion Shield. Yeah. That should solve our issue with the fire skin. And let's take another look at our lightning strike. Our lightning strike was actually, let's just Google. Let's just search QFX. Yep, that was our lightning strike. ECA type A effect attack. C spell ghost shock. The issue was that it was cast at the caster and not at the target. What did I do? What the heck did I do? Okay. QFX. Okay. The issue was that what was cast at the caster, not at the target. Now, the only thing I can think of is changing this right here to another spell control type. We need to change it to another spell control type, or we have to scrounge the idea and take Ghost Choker instead. We have to either have to take another FX, or we have to we will work at this with another spell control type right here. Yeah. This is the idea I have. Let's remove the cooldown because I want to test it. I want to test stuff. Another possibility I could think of is making this right here not C-spell cast, but C-spell cast projectile. That could work. But for now, let's stick to C-spell cast and let's see what happens. Now we don't need to delete our shader.cache this time because we didn't change any shaders. So.
Ich hoffe, das Kulturprogramm dieser Stadt geht über Gladiatorenkämpfe hinaus.
Okay, sweetie. And nice. That's exactly what we wanted, a lava skin. It works. Now let's test the other thing. Okay, it still hits us. It still does not hit the target. I have an idea. Now I have an idea. We will need to change to FX Ghost Shock. Yep. We will need to change this. But what happens if we change it to an area of effect attack? And we give it some duration. There. We'll copy these ones. We will give you these tokens, and we will give you C spell HE meteor. ECA type A effect location start. Right. Yep. Oh, that's enemy meteor. ECA type A effect location start. Okay, perfect. Now, do we have a lightning storm, a proper lightning storm? That's the question. That is the question I have. Do we get a proper lightning storm? Let's go back into the... And we can't move. That's a bug that sometimes happens. It's annoying. Yeah, that's what it looks like with max settings and our... Okay. That was a failure. Okay. Now, then it seems like we have used standard ghost shock. Yep. Kind of sad, but it seems like there's not really anything we can do about it. We need to take the proper standard ghost shock. Yeah, now we won't worry about tokens today. That is way too tedious of a task to make it on a video. It's not really amazing. It's kind of boring to do. But we will care about the icons. So before we continue, let's let's search the icons. Okay, now the spell icons are located in skin.zip right here. We are gonna take that and decode it to unpack it to skin. It's gonna take a while. Right, I can delete that. Need it anymore. Skin. Now we need data. Can delete skin. Now we need icons. Can delete everything else. And we need spells. And there we have it. Now, let's wait until my Windows UI has loaded all the thumbnails. Actually, it's not Windows UI, it's a program. I have a program called Sage Thumbs, which can load Windows thumbnails for files like DDS files. Windows usually doesn't do that. GGA, Windows does do that. And we have GGA files right here. Okay, Windows does do that. For DDS files, we need an extra program called Sage Thumbs. And Sage Thumbs can even change the data, export it into another format. It's a really cool program. I strongly recommend it. Okay. Now let's remove anything which we don't need. We don't need any dryad stuff. Yeah, we don't need any dryad stuff. We don't need this right here. From the Dragon Mage, we need some things. What we don't need are the dragon stuff. Now, I need that. We need all of the that's interesting. EA stuff. We need all of the high elf stuff, of course. Now, high elf. Here it ends. Do we need anything else? No, I don't think so. Bye-bye. Okay. What do we need here? This don't need this. We don't need the small icons, or actually we do, but we don't need this one. Okay, we need this, we need this, we need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. Nope, 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 no, no, no. And the dragon stuff, dryad stuff. Inquisitor, Seraphim, Shadow Warrior, Temple Guardian. Yeah, you all can go away. Okay. Did we change that? No. Did we change that? No. We did not change that. We did not change that. We didn't change that either. Yeah. Okay. This right here will be our new icon for the spell which uses it. Which is Frostschlag. Frostschlag. Okay. We will rename this to the new spell which uses Meteor, which is Ice Splitter. Ice Splitter uses this instead. We need to remember that we have to change Meteor as well. Okay. Now for the crystal skin. Do we want to change that? I think that can stay as is. I think that's good. Or do we want some storm? Do we want some storm? No, I think that's good as is. Okay, for these two, naval form. We have the lightning. So we're gonna open, we're gonna use this instead as our new naval form. Or actually, let's only remove this one. Okay. Now for the meteor. There we have it. Meteors are dust. Or dust. And so we're going to take this, remove it. Yeah. And then we are going to open it in GIMP and make it a little bit more brown. Perfect. Now we do have our new icons. Let's test it in game. And it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? For the demon, for the storm, and for the meteor, it does not work. And it does work for those two, but it does not work for those three. Exactly the ones which we have worked with in GIMP. Interesting. Exactly those which we have worked with in GIMP don't work. Yeah, it was the compression. It was the compression. Nice. Oh, we forgot that one. We forgot that one. That is the only icon we forgot. Let's look at the Dragon Mage energy cloud. It doesn't look very nice. It does not look very nice. But we currently don't have anything better. So we will take this. We will take what we got. Gedankenschlag. Nee, das war das Dragon Mage. Magischer Schlag. Ja, magischer Schlag ist richtig. Magischer Schlag ist correct. Yep. And there we have it. We have created our High Elf spell mod. We have successfully created our Flex Boss mod, and we have successfully created our Dmitry boss, the Lord of Code, Lord of Mods and Lord of Code. We have immortalized them in the game. Now, all of these 3 mods are not currently ready to release yet. We need to work on the animations, we need to work on the names. The names are a rather complicated topic. To insert names into a sacred tool, we need to know about 2 things. We need to know about the hashing function a sacred tool uses, and we need to know about Huffman encoding. Or we could just use the tool which Pesmontis created to insert names. But it is a rather complicated topic. We won't cover this topic right here in this tutorial. It is possible to insert names, to rename spells, to rename anything in the game. It is possible, but it is a little bit complicated. So we won't cover it here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have some impression, you've got some impression how to start modding, how we can achieve all this awesome stuff that the community has achieved, and I hope I have inspired you at least a little bit.